picked up this set of RSX wheels. They had a crappy black spray paint job, so I stripped them down and resprayed them black with Plasti Dip. So these are 16-inch wheels from an 03 RSX. As you can see, I started on 2 of the wheels already, but they all looked like the 2 black ones when I picked them up. You can see it's a pretty crappy spray paint job. Now I come through a few different videos of stripping paint on wheels, and I ended up going with this Citristrip because honestly, it's hard to say what product's gonna work best given your situation, how big the wheels are, how many layers of paint are on the wheels. So I grabbed this one to give it a try because it got decent reviews. So even though this has no harsh fumes or the NMP or methylene chloride, it is pretty toxic stuff. So definitely want to make sure you have gloves and possibly some kind of eye protection. So this is designed for wood, metal, and masonry surfaces. So if you're using it for alloy wheels, definitely want to be careful and keep an eye on them and not let it sit too long. And the directions say after you apply it, give it at least 30 minutes or up to 24 hours. But I gave it about 30 minutes on the first coat and 15 minutes on the second coat for the first 2 wheels. So that's what we're going to do with these other 2. You do want to clean the wheels prior to, just to remove any kind of loose dirt or debris that might be on them, and then apply a generous amount. Now we'll let this sit for about 30 minutes, come back and scrub it off. Now I have read and seen that these paint and varnish strippers can be pretty harmful to tires. So if you're doing this like I am, while they're still mounted to tires, you wanna wipe those away right away. But I'm actually not keeping these tires, so I'm not gonna worry about it. You can see though, just after a couple of minutes, it's already starting to bubble the paint. And one thing in my favor on these is, I believe these only have 1 light coat of black paint on them, so hopefully these 2 come off fairly easy, like the first 2 wheels did. But we'll see what happens in 30. Just like that, we're back. You can see the paint's really starting to bubble and peel now. So now we're gonna switch to some rubber gloves and use this brush and see how much it's gonna come off. There we go, it's the first coat applied and scraped. See, this one came off a little easier, but this one for some reason the strippers seem to dry. But I'm gonna hose them off and hit them with a second coat. Now we got them rinsed off, dried. Now I was actually able to get this first one cleaned up a little better, and they're looking pretty good. But I'm gonna do one more light coat and see how they look from there. So let that sit for just about 10-15 minutes, and then I'll come back and scrub them. And we're back to clean this coat off just before I lose light. And that is the finished product after 2 coats. You can see this one here, or hopefully you can see it in the camera. This one looks pretty good. This, on the other hand, though, seems like it has another coat. Not sure if it was some kind of base coat or primer that they had put on beforehand, but you can see it's still kind of on the outer edges of the wheel. So I might have to hit this one again, but I'm out of time today, so I'll pull these back out tomorrow and get all 4 of them wrapped up. So my plan didn't go like I thought. You can see whatever this is on the wheel, it's kind of gummed up, and the stripper wasn't really helping remove it. I'm still not sure exactly what it is, but it's been a pain to get off. However, if we look at the other 3 wheels, they came out just about perfect and like you would expect if you're just removing a layer or 2 of spray paint. Now, I was at a point where I just wasn't able to get it cleaned up anymore, so I picked up a wire brush wheel and used the drill, which worked to remove what was left, but this was really time consuming. Here's what it looked like after I took the brush over it once. You can see removed a lot, but there's still some of that residue left. Of course, at this point, the wire brush is probably also removing the factory top coat, but it's my only way to get the wheel finish as smooth as possible. Look how it covered pretty much inside the whole barrel. So I hit it again with the wire brush. However, I didn't record, but this is what I was left with. I was able to get pretty much all of that residue off, but was left with this raw finish, unlike the other three. And this is the finished product. Unfortunately, the footage of me spraying them with dip got corrupted, so I lost it all, but there's a ton of videos on YouTube of people spraying wheels you can find. I did use the Plasti Dip Glossifier for the first time, which has been great in my opinion. I'm recording this a couple months after I sprayed them, and they still look pretty good so far. But that's gonna wrap up this video. If you enjoyed it, I hope you give it a like and consider subscribing. But until next time, think positive, stay humble, and be safe.